Welcome to the ranch. Today is one of 2 days that we have each and every year where we run every one of these cows through that chute over there. We check their health, we check their teeth, we check their eyes, their nose, we check everything from head to toe in that chute over there. So come along with us as we find out how our cows are doing this year. So while we're getting ready for tonight, everybody's got a job. Saw him holding the tailgate open so we can get ready to run them through. We got a couple guys back here on the back gate to make sure they don't go the other direction. And then I want to start jumping into the corral area here and start forcing them up through the chute. So everybody has a job, and even our handy dandy medicine lady. Our medicine lady over there, she's the one that gets all the shots done, and then also records everything that we're doing to every one of the cows, so that every time we sell one or we go to take one to process, we know everything that's happened to that cow to make sure that it's healthy, make sure that it's strong, making sure that we are knowing what we're selling to people and what we are consuming ourselves. So we're going to go ahead and get started.
That's the middle part. Come on.
Get out of the way. Just leave.
You pushed your head through.
Just gotta put your head down there, big girl. Come on. There you go. Okay, so we're going to give her an overall check, and we're going to do this with every one of our cows. We're going to check their face, eyes, nose, ears, their mouth, and then we'll check just overall condition of them, and we're going to go ahead and give them a couple items. We're going to give them some wormer to make sure that anything that they've been eating gets expelled out, okay? Any of the bad stuff expelled out. So this is one of our calmer cows. As I've mentioned in some of our previous videos, this is what you want with a good cow, is when it's calm and relaxed. And so she's nice enough, she'll let us do what we have to do. So one thing that we check for too is what they call wooden tongue. And if they have worms, a lot of times what will happen is on the underside of their jawline will become big and lumpy. And so you have to be mindful of that. Now she looks good, but sometimes that's in there. We want to just, again, check overall health, because these are our mamas. So we want to take really good care of them, make sure they have the best treatment that we can give them.
Once you get in there, they don't really stop you. If you need me to, I can do that. Okay. You get the stubborn bar.
There you go, I like that name. Did you already, this is the new one?
It looks like it.
Okay, so this is the internal wormer. This is what we use to make sure that any kind of worms that are in her are going to be expelled out. What did you call the bar?
Stubborn bar.
All right, it's called the stubborn bar. You're going to have to lift it up a little more, I think.
Don't be a pump.
So this is our topical wormer, and we give this to them as well. And I like the fact that it's purple, because then you can see that it's on her. And this also helps with the worming. The worming is super important because a cow will go down very quickly. They can be fine one day, the next day they start looking bad, and then it's really hard to get them back. So you put it up here between their shoulder blades so that they can't lick it off, because typically they can only get about from the midway of their spine back to lick or to scratch or whatever. Okay, So we've checked her face. She looks good, no pink eye. Checking her nostril for any kind of snot. She looks okay. Check for the wood tongue. And overall, she looks like she's in good health. So we'll go ahead and get ready to release her in just a minute. And while she's in here, it's gonna be hard to use the camera to look, but we will also kind of just look down on her feet, make sure she's okay. Now we did watch her walk in, so we know that she's not limping, but we wanna make sure that she's walking well, because if not, then that means that she could have something between her hooves, she could have something stuck in her hooves, all sorts of things. So you just be mindful of your cows and keep an eye on them as they're walking.
Bringing pink eye back and forth from her or other white faces that might spread pink eye. We learned that the hard way last year.
Stop doing a hissy fit, you little punk.
She's really having a hard time.
Maybe she is pregnant.
She should be pregnant.
Wrong hole then.
There's two holes.
Look. Yes. Oh, the white ones don't work, I don't think.
There you go, she's official.
She's been a while.
All right, so one last thing that we're going to check on her while I have the stubborn bar here is what we call ear ticks. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to ram my fingers down inside of her wax-ridden ears, and I'm going to check to see if she's got any ticks in there. So we're going to find out in just a second. When cows don't behave and we can't get to the face the way we want to make sure they're okay, or check their ears like we want, we use this little nose hook. And it doesn't really hurt them, it just controls them a little bit more. So Luke will kind of hold that while, so that I can get in here and check her ears. So I'm digging deep, and I'm just kind of feeling around for anything that's large. And as I heard one time from a vet, you'll know when you find it, because it's going to be big and it's going to be gross. So this is just earwax. Now we'll go ahead and move to the other side while I have her in there. And she hasn't really been at a wooded area, so she's probably going to be okay. And she is. Yeah, so as I've said before, how you know if a cow has had a good experience in the chute is when you let them out, whether they run or if they walk. So if she walks out, then she's okay. Voila. So this is a good mama. This is one that we like to have on the ranch. All right, so that's just a couple cows right there. We just use that as an example. We got the rest of these we got to run through the chute. We give them a general overall check to make sure that they're nice and healthy before we pull them off the pasture. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we do doing this type of work. Hope you learned something. You get to see how you can check your cows out, because what we just did here is exactly what a veterinarian will do. So make sure you subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything. It only helps us to grow our channel. Share it with your friends and your family. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Leave those comments. We love having those convos with people. So until next time, who likes cows that check out A-OK and ready for the spring season to drop a new calf? Farmers do. Until next time, peace.
Boop. I'm just getting the stuff out.
All right, guys, we have a guest volunteer today to palpate the cow and shove his hand up her anus.
I'm not palpitating.
It's
Boop.
All right, so the purple ear tag is for. Okay, that hurt.
Boop. Ugh. Boop.
So, what do you do with earwax? You dispose of it.